Let me say a few words about the exercise for module number 4, the module about influencing other people, criticizing them in a positive way, or criticizing other people in a respectful way. We have designed an exercise for this particular skill that we call the hands. You will find out why it's called the hands. It's because we are going to criticize our partner in the exercise first in a complaining or whinging or criticizing way. And I'm showing my hand because we have created rules for how to do it. 5 rules. How to criticize another person. Now, I don't want anybody to start criticizing each other in your workshop for real. This is supposed to be a fun exercise. So we are not criticizing. I'm not going to criticize anybody. But we are going to make like a game, like a simulation, where we use an example. So if I work with you, so I will criticize you for something that has nothing to do with you. I will have to think about some other person in my life, maybe in my family or some person that I used to work with in my previous workplace. Somebody who is not here, who has some bad habit, some behavior that you feel like you want to complain. Can be even a teenager. Teenagers have many bad habits. Can even be a child. Can even be your husband or your wife, if he or she is not in the workshop. So it can be another person somewhere else, and you will have to think about that behavior, and with your partner in the exercise, you will be first doing the problem-focused feedback session. Your facilitator will give you the detailed instructions of how to do it. This one is a kind of a parody, almost like a game. So you may exaggerate, and you are supposed to have a little bit fun when you do that exercise. It's a fun exercise. When you have done the whinge hand or the complaining hand, then you will, with the same partner, you will do another version. You will now say the same thing to the same person, but you will say it very differently. You will follow the instructions of the other hand, which we call the wish hand, but you can call it whatever you want, but it's like the polite or respectful or appreciative way of saying the same thing to the same person. So then you will get the instructions of what are the 5 fingers, but you will notice we already learned many of the fingers in our previous exercises. So in this program, each exercise, each module kind of builds on the previous module. All right, so I hope this exercise will give you an opportunity to really feel what happens when you criticize people in an unpleasant way, and what happens when you say the exactly same thing in a respectful way. Of course, you will find out that people tend to close their eyes and they become defensive when you criticize them with the whinge hand. And when you use the wish hand, they open up and they start to talk with you, and in the best case you have a good conversation with them. This is an important skill, not only to make other people around you happier, but also to make yourself happier. Imagine how many times we complain. All people complain I don't like this one is doing that, I don't like this, that one is doing wrong, I don't like that. We go around not liking what other people are doing. So we do need the skill of communicating our we are not happy in a way that is possible for the person actually to listen to us and maybe even do what we want them to do.